Hi guys, welcome to Life Theory.
Today we're going to talk about how to be a good friend.
Say it with me.
Roll intro. So we got a comment from one of our viewers, Sarah Duracek.
Viewer and collaborator.
Oh yes.
Yeah. Watch What is a PK?
Yes, part of the PK pod. They also have their own podcast.
Yep. We'll have it linked below.
Yeah, definitely. But she said you guys should do an episode on how to be a good friend.
Which I really like that question.
Yeah.
Because I feel like that's one of them, and this is the angle we're going to take, that is simultaneously a super easy question to answer because the Bible has the principle right there in the Word of God.
Mm-hmm.
But also, there's a lot of interpretation and situations to where you could take specific application.
Yeah.
Right? So, like, every situation is different, but it all has the same basic principle.
Yeah. But before we dive too deep into that...
Yeah, what are we drinking?
Coffee.
Of course you know.
Because
I don't.
I've already had 2 cups of coffee in the last 3 hours.
Oh boy. But you need it.
Yeah, I need it.
Because it's currently 10:55.
Yeah, it's a lot later than intended. And
But
I still have to make food for tomorrow, but whatever.
You know what? It's fine.
It's fine.
It's fine. I do too. So.
Yeah.
What are we drinking?
It's a latte.
Okay.
And this is I don't remember what the term Ruth said. But it's cherry, white chocolate, and a little bit of vanilla.
Oh, Black Forest.
Yeah. It's based off the Black Forest flavor idea.
Mm-hmm.
But with my
Not
own...
Black Forest ham.
Yeah, no. But with my own interpretation and ability, because I don't have all the flavor syrups that there is.
Yes. So you said it's what, black cherry,
So
vanilla,
it's just cherry, white chocolate, and a bit of vanilla.
So White Forest.
Yeah, because white is better.
Because it's not dark cherry, or it's not black cherry.
Yeah,
It's just regular cherry. It's not dark chocolate, it's white chocolate.
Yeah.
So our White Forest latte.
There we go. I like it.
And I have to say, we've had many lattes here, including the infamous Walmart latte.
Yes.
And of all of them, this, I would say, is one of the best.
That's good.
Like, it started to cool down, so it's not quite as good.
Yeah.
But it's really good. You guys should try it at home.
Yeah.
White chocolate, vanilla, cherry.
To be precise, it's 1.5 tablespoons of cherry flavor, like flavor syrup. 1.5. Did I say teaspoons? I meant tablespoons.
You said tablespoons.
Okay.
Yep.
Good. 1.5 tablespoons of white chocolate and 1 tablespoon of vanilla.
Is that a 16-ounce latte, 12-ounce?
So that, and then there's 2 shots of espresso, and then somewhere around 7 ounces of milk.
Okay, so then that's like a 12-ounce latte.
Something like that, yeah.
Nice. So yeah, y'all should try it. But, enough lollygagging.
Yes.
The topic idea. This one, like a lot of ours that we've had, like there's things as niche as like what is autism. Like there's some people that like maybe haven't even interacted with it, or at least they didn't know they interacted with it. You know.
Yeah.
Those are pretty niche, or even like, what's a PK? Like most people aren't pastors' kids.
Yeah.
So there's a lot that we talk about that's very specific and niche down. This is a fun topic because it applies to everyone.
Yes. Very, very broad.
Everyone needs friends. Everyone wants friends. So how do you be a good friend?
Mm-hmm. There's 2 big categories that we have that are kind of like kind of just
Overall.
overall categories.
Mm-hmm.
And they're pretty easy to just be like,
Absolutely true.
yeah, one is love and one is truth. So
you cannot have love without truth.
yes, and you can't have truth
without love.
I mean, you can, but if you want to be a good friend, you can't. Like,
Yeah.
love would be shown as like being kind. Truth would be being honest. And one of those, that first one, being kind or love, one thing that the Bible specifically says about being a friend and love is there's a verse, Proverbs 17:17. A friend loveth at all times, and a brother is born for adversity.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you noticed, and this is something that we pointed out on 2 episodes ago about just like the wording of the Bible.
Yeah.
A friend loveth at all times. No qualifiers.
No qualifiers. It's all.
Yeah, so if you're gonna be a good friend, you're always going to be someone who loves your friend.
Yes. So there's never a time where you don't love your friends, because that's the basis. Because a friendship, at its core, is a relationship.
Yeah.
And so you cannot be in a relationship with anyone without loving them. That includes friendships.
Yeah. And the end of the verse, kind of slightly off was on a tangent. It's I don't know. It's kind of funny. So it says a brother is born for adversity, and sometimes it's often jokingly said, "Yeah, your friend is someone who loves you, and your brother's the one that fights with you." But that's not what it means.
No.
A brother is born for adversity. Like, a brother, a sibling, should be that essentially built-in friend. Somebody who's there for you through everything.
Yeah.
Through any adversity.
Yeah. And another thing I notice in there, it's like born for adversity. Like, that's why.
Yeah.
Right? That's why you have friends. And in the Bible, like, they talk about brotherly love. That's known as like a very high level love.
Yeah.
That's why we talk about having the brotherhood. And that's why Jesus calls us brother. You are now brothers and sisters in Christ. So they're talking about that familial relationship being a very tight bond.
Yeah.
And so brothers born for adversity. In other words, if you have a friend that loves at all times and you have that brotherly relationship, in times of adversity, when things get rough, that's the person that's going to help you. That's the person that's going to pick you up.
Yes.
Right? And it's like, that's why you have friends. That's why they were born. Either literally, as in your brother, or figuratively, as in the relationship being born.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, that's where love comes in, is I love you so much that if you're having a hard time, even if it doesn't help me, I'm going to help you because I love you.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's a big part. And then the other part is truth. And that's another thing where you were saying that you can't have truth without love. You can't have love without truth. One of the big things that people will often do is they'll either be like, oh, I love them, so I'm not going to tell them that.
Yeah.
It's like,
oh, I don't want to hurt them.
Yeah, exactly. But you're hurting them by lying to them.
Yes.
Now can they trust what you say?
No.
No.
And can there be a relationship without trust?
No.
No. And trust requires the truth.
Yeah. Another, on the opposite side of that, is just being like, here's the truth, get over it.
Yeah, I just tell it like it is.
Gotta tell the truth. It's like, what about love, though?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a wonderful verse. We don't have it here. But speaking the truth in love.
I don't remember how that one goes. I know what verse you're talking about.
But we're to speak the truth in love.
Mm-hmm.
Which, it's one sentence, but it's so well put.
Yes.
It's, should we speak the truth or should we be loving? I've literally heard someone like, oh, well, yeah, sometimes you have to lie to someone to spare their feelings. And it's like,
No.
because also, love is not sparing someone's feelings.
Mm-hmm.
Love is wanting what's best for someone else. And sometimes what's best hurts their feelings.
Love is being there for adversity.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it's gonna hurt, but I'm here for you.
Exactly. And that is what a good friend is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so just kind of like some people sacrifice love for truth or truth for love, and that excuse that they use for that is, well, I'm just trying to be a good friend, but you're not. Like, that's not what a good friend is.
Yeah, because a good friend, because I think I want to go off on a rant a little bit, because the world has a couple of ideas of what a good friend is. Like, there was this trend, I think, on social media for a while, where a guy and his girlfriend would call this guy's best friend. All right. And this girlfriend would fabricate that her boyfriend had told her a lie and was double checking with the best friend to see if it was true. So, like, he would be in the car.
Yeah.
He would be in the car with his girlfriend. His girlfriend would call this guy's best friend and be like, oh, he said he was out, like, getting food with you. Is that true? And he's like, and the mark of a good friend was a friend that would go, oh, yeah, he's getting food with me. Yeah, for sure. Like, he's right here right now. Like, we're playing COD. Like, and that was the mark of a good friend. Anytime a friend said, no, he's not with me, I don't know where he is. Right? That was a bad friend because he didn't cover for him.
Yeah.
Which is so sad because it's backwards. In other words, they want friends that make them feel good. And in that case, it was friends that excuse their sin of lying or being promiscuous or, whatever they're doing. Hiding things from their girlfriend and having bad relationships with their girlfriend was seen as a good friend, helping your friend do that.
Yeah.
And so and then the other thing that the world will say is that, like, feelings are the most important. So a lot of times, with guys, it's truth doesn't matter. What matters is what you want. And with girls, and that's also just not good love.
No.
And there's not a lot of love in guys' relationships where they'll cut each other down and make, mean jokes towards each other.
Which I have something to say about that, but
exactly,
we'll get to that in a little bit.
And then with women, there's a lot of, like, don't say it because it might hurt their feelings, or don't approach topics that are uncomfortable.
I know.
Don't point out women, like, and I'm not saying this from my experience. I'm saying this from women that I've talked to. They'll be in groups where they won't people will refuse or be uncomfortable with pointing out each other's sin because it would be uncomfortable or it would hurt the group.
Yeah.
And it's this huge, like, nearly communist view of the collective of, like, we all need to be okay, that they will actually disregard things that are spiritual and things that are good, and even be in situations that are uncomfortable for them because that's what the group wants. And I have something to say about that.
We'll get to that. But it's all of that is so backwards, like you were saying.
It is.
There's the one phrase that the Bible uses. They call good evil and evil good.
Yeah.
Like, that's, you can see that all around us today. It's like you're saying, the friend covering up for his friend, that was called something good. Well, he's lying.
He is, yep.
And
exactly.
Like, no,
that's not good. That's
good.
evil.
Yeah.
Yeah. And even then, you see the escalation pattern. I'm not going to get too far into this, but it starts going from, ungodly things in friendships to ungodly things in relationships to ungodly things in marriage. And it just goes up the line. The older you get, the more serious your relationships get, the worse they get.
Yeah.
And that's why, like, you look at, so many families that are broken. And it started with a bad foundation of friendship.
Yeah. It's kind of interesting because that whole idea of, like, covering up for your friend actually has a good starting point, but it went way off the rails.
Correct.
And that starting point is loyalty.
Loyalty, which is one of the guy's biggest forms of love.
Yeah. Yeah, for guys. And, I mean, it's a very good thing for any friendship in general. But that's something that, like, guys really feel that, loyalty. Being loyal to that friend of yours. That's why it's considered a good friend is somebody who's going to cover up for you.
Because of loyalty.
But the what the Bible has to say about something loyalty in the context of friendship is a man that hath friends must show himself friendly, and there's a friend that sticketh closer than a brother. Loyalty, I think the idea of loyalty is not very foreign. And I think it's pretty common, but and so this is more of a just how to be a good friend, part of it is loyalty.
Yeah. And one thing, to your point, is since a friendship is just a relationship, all relationships should be ordered in importance. Like if you're a kid, your best relationship on earth should be with your parents. If you're a husband, your best relationship on earth should be with your wife. Now notice I said on earth.
Yeah.
Because more than your loyalty to your friends, you should have loyalty to God. He should be your best friend. He should be the person you're most loyal to, the person you have the best relationship with.
Yeah.
And because of that, your loyalty to God supersedes your loyalty to your friend. So you're unwilling to lie, not because you don't like your friend or not because you're not loyal to him, but because you say, this is wrong. And because I love you and because I want you to grow as a person, I'm going to refuse to lie for you.
Yeah, and that seems really backwards from
an earthly
our earthly perspective, because
yeah,
it's like, well, if you're loyal to one person, that means you're not loyal to your best friends. So, and like, well, no, because we as Christians know that when we are loyal to God, He working through us helps us to be loyal to our friends and to be a good friend to those people around us.
Exactly. So loyalty is super important in any relationship and in a friendship, but loyalty has an order.
Yeah.
You are more loyal to the king than you are to the duke. And in this case, we are more loyal to the King of Kings than we are to our friend Doug.
Yes.
There's an order.
Yes. Another part of being a good friend is to be a good listener.
Yes.
We all have our own opinions, even those of us who don't talk very much in general will often have our own opinions and what we think on a topic, and so it's very easy to, our friend is talking and we're listening or nodding, yeah, and in our brain we're just thinking about our own opinion, thinking about our response to that one thing they said back at the beginning of the conversation, and then they finish talking and we just go right into talking about our own thing. Or there are some people who do talk more than others in general. And they talk and talk and talk and talk.
Yeah.
And don't stop to listen.
Correct.
And so I don't relate with that very much, because I'm the person that doesn't talk.
So I'll let you take your side. I'll take the other side.
Alright. So for on my side of things, for being a person who doesn't talk very much, I have to remember to actually listen, because sometimes it's easy to just tone out. It's like, uh-huh, uh-huh. And my brain's just like, yeah, no, uh-huh. Oh, yeah, uh-huh. Like, wait, what did they just say?
Smile and
I
wave,
don't know.
boys. Smile and wave.
I also have an issue with, like, sometimes I can't hear people, and I feel bad because I personally hate repeating myself. So I feel bad to ask people to repeat themselves. So I just go, oh yeah, oh that's crazy. I don't know what they just said. So that's something I
Yeah.
need to work on.
So being good at listening. And on my side, anyone that knows me knows I have issues with this, which is taking time to listen. Because, like you said, I have a lot of ideas. I have thoughts, a lot of plans, a lot of opinions. I'm interested and enthusiastic about basically every topic there is, other than like bricklaying. Not really interested in bricklaying. Basically everything else I'm interested in. And so someone will bring up a topic, I'll be like, oh yeah, I was thinking about that the other day. And they'll just be like, so, first of all, that I wasn't even thinking that at all. Also, that has nothing to do with what I just said. What are you even talking about? Also, can I talk, please? And so, I'm sure there's plenty of people that relate to me where it's not an issue of malice or thinking you're more important. You just can sometimes become inconsiderate in your passion. And that still is a problem. That still makes you a bad friend. And so you still need to be a good listener. You need to, sure, you talk, you have an idea, you talk about it, and then you go, and what do you think? And then you shut up. And you actually listen to what they're saying rather than listening to respond. Listen to understand.
Yeah. And if you're like me, the one who, don't zone out. Because if they do stop to be like, and what do you think? You're like, wait, what? And you don't have any response. And so being a good listener also means you're paying attention to everything they say. And then when they're ready to hear your response, have a response for them.
Yeah.
I'm bad at that too.
Yeah.
Because especially with being married and my wife likes to talk. She's also good at being like, so what's your thoughts? And I'm like, I don't know. I agree. Yeah. That's something I've been working on is listening. And thankfully I've gotten a lot better at actually listening to everything that's being said, but then working out my own response to when they stop and ask, so what do you think? I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah. So yeah, that's like kind of the basics. What's some ways we can incorporate some of these things? Incorporate love and loyalty. Incorporate honesty. Incorporate, what the first application was being a good listener. That's part of love, right? That's part of, being considerate, caring what the other person has to say. What are some other things we can do?
So one thing that is specific, or not specific, but something that I personally have been thinking about recently within just the past couple of years, it's been really on my mind in the terms of friendships, is that in general we're pretty bad at what type of language we use when talking.
Yeah.
Because, like, one thing we mentioned earlier was, like, that sign of a good guy friendship is the, like, tearing each other down. It's just a joke. You're stupid. Yeah. And realizing more recently, like, wait, no, that's not helpful. That's not a good friend. A lot of, but even, well, kind of to that, but other things, kind of on another part of that is,
I'm gonna look up a word. Edification. As you keep talking.
A lot of things that we say are said with good intent. but in a downgrading manner. I was talking with one of my sisters about this, and she gave this really good example. She's like, or an example of like talking to somebody, or maybe you're a friend who doesn't smile very much in general, and they smile, and you're like, you should smile more. I never really see you smile very much. Well, your intent was, your thought process was, whoa, they smiled. I like that. It looks good. That looks nice. You should. It's
And because of that,
and
you
so
should smile more.
You should smile more. And but how that was said was, you should smile more. I hardly ever see you smile.
It makes them feel like, what, do you not like me? Like, what?
Yeah.
Hold up,
like,
what are you saying? I thought it was normal, and now you're making me sound like this grouch, this grumpy person.
Yeah, so it's said with good intent, but in a downgrading manner. And so, what a good way is, like, we need to essentially rewire our brain, rewire our speech patterns to be more uplifting and not in that kind of like backhanded manner. Like in that specific scenario, we could be like, "Hey, like, hey, I like your smile," you know. Hey, your smile looks good on you. You know, that kind of thing.
Hey, I just want to say you have a great smile.
Yeah.
That can be
uplifting.
way more uplifting.
Yeah.
You should smile more.
I hardly ever see you smile.
Yeah.
Like,
it's the same intention in different results.
Yeah. Yeah. It was good intent of like, oh, I like that. That you. And yeah, so me and my sister were just talking about that, and I was like, man, yeah, that's fits in with that being more uplifting in our speech that I've been thinking about recently. So that's something that I think would really help our friendships in general, to be like, to rewire our speech patterns to be more uplifting.
Yeah. This hits 2 points. So the second verse hits your point. But the first part is, we then that are strong ought to bear the infirmities of the weak, brother born in for adversity, and not to please ourselves. So to be a good friend is not to do things that pleases yourself, but to bear others' infirmities.
So not be selfish.
Yeah. And then, second verse says, let every one of us please his neighbor for his good to edification. For even Christ pleased not himself, but as it is written, the reproaches of them that reproached thee fell on me. So, he did the ultimate act of friendship, which is giving his life for a friend.
Yeah.
You know, and greater love hath no man than this, than that a man should give his life for his friend. And so, that, what we're looking at is, one, the way you say things matters, because we want to edify, we want to uplift. I think, because judgment and criticism are very important, and I don't ever want to say that they're bad or that they shouldn't happen. But you also need, it's not like a balance, it's a yes and. You need both at the same time. Is you need that criticism, you need that judgment of, I am looking at you and I'm seeing there's a flaw. And then you also need that edification of, ooh, you're doing something great. I really want to uplift you in this.
Yeah.
I see a quality I really love. I want to tell you, it looks good. Your hair looks good today. I want to say that. And so, framing things in positive ways is really very helpful. Because even down to like the way we think, we only think in positives. Let me explain. If someone's to say, don't think of, 3 kangaroos doing a cartwheel, a lot of people, those of us with visual memories, can't help but think of 3 kangaroos doing a cartwheel. And so we always think in the positive. So if you keep talking about everything someone's doing wrong, that's all they're thinking about. And if you start also, as well as correcting, you edify and talk about the things they're doing right. You call a lot of attention to that, and then we're thinking about that. We're thinking about the good things. So yeah, make sure you're uplifting. That's awesome. Yeah. My thing, I had written here, boundaries. I am someone, and I know so many of you are as well. The internet makes it harder to not be, is a people pleaser.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a problem. And you don't think of it as a problem in the moment. Because when you're a people pleaser, it's kind of the opposite of what you're talking about, where it's all motivated by love.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the only thing you're thinking about. If you're not uplifting, you're motivated by truth. Like, well, I just said what was right, and that should be enough. Whereas people pleaser, they're motivated by love. I love my friends, and so I want them to be happy. I love my friends, so I don't want to hurt them. I love my friends, so I don't want to disappoint them. I love my friends, so I want to do whatever I can to make them happy.
Mm-hmm.
But as a people pleaser, it goes beyond that too. My happiness depends on their happiness.
Yeah.
And the Bible is very clear that our happiness should depend on Christ.
Mm-hmm.
And so, with a people pleaser, you start to do things that might be hurtful for the sake of making others happy.
Mm-hmm. And
so it's based off of feelings.
Yeah.
And that's where boundaries often slip.
Mm-hmm.
Is really, I've had this before. Like, I have work tomorrow, but I really want to hang out with them because I want them, we should have fellowship and so I hang out. And then the next day, I'm miserable at work because I'm tired, right?
Mm-hmm.
And holding boundaries is hard because you feel like you're being mean.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not true. Yeah. There's two very distinct benefits to holding boundaries. The first is, of course, to yourself. And it sounds selfish, but it's not. Let me explain. Holding a boundary allows you to be a better person in a very literal way. It allows you to be more consistent because you're doing things that are, say you have a boundary of like, sorry guys, I can't hang out, I have to go to bed.
Mm-hmm.
Or sorry, I can't go to that event, I have some work to do. It allows you to actually do things decently in order. It allows you to not break other promises.
Mm-hmm.
Like promising you'll be at work on time, but you're not because you stayed up late the night before. And so it allows you to be a better person, a better follower of Christ. It allows you to be more effective in, the gospel. And the second thing is there's a lot of people, I would say the majority of people, don't want to be mean to you. Mm-hmm. They don't want to walk all over you. Now there's some that will, and they'll get mad at you when you hold a boundary.
Yeah.
And that is their fault. That's not your fault. But there's a lot of people that want what's best for you, and they'll love you. And if you set a boundary, they'll thank you for it.
Mm-hmm.
Because they're like, oh, I didn't know that bothered you.
Yeah.
I'm glad that you're giving me the opportunity to be a better friend.
Mm-hmm.
And then you actually have a better friendship because of it, because you have a friendship where both of you are being honest. Because that's the crux right there.
Yeah.
Is if you don't hold boundaries, you're not being honest. Mm-hmm. So if you feel bad about something, if something frustrates you or annoys you, and you do not talk about it, but you continue to think it and feel it, then it is building up in your heart, and you're not telling about it, and it turns into bitterness.
Yeah.
And then it becomes destructive to your friendships and your relationships.
Mm-hmm. Because
you're not being honest.
Mm-hmm.
So boundaries allow you to be honest with your friends, and an honest friendship is better than one where people supposedly feel happy.
Yeah. And that comes back to what we were saying at the beginning. Being honest without being kind. So
mm-hmm.
or well, actually, this would be being kind without being honest.
It is. Yep.
Is not a good way to have a friendship.
Because then it will eventually erode your relationship, your kinship. Because slowly you become more bitter. And when you become more bitter, you become more distant. When you become more distant, they're confused. They feel deceived and betrayed, and they become more frustrated, which leads you to become more distant. And so you think that not having boundaries and being people-pleasing will make you better friends, but it actually tears you apart because there's not honesty in the relationship.
And when you let bitterness grow, then something could trigger something, and boom, you explode because of that all pack up, and that's really bad for friendships too.
Yeah, very bad. It's I mean, that caused the Civil War in America.
Yeah.
We didn't talk about it.
Yep.
But, so yeah, honesty and truth have to be on top, as well as love. Those two it's like time and space. They're intertwined. They cannot be torn apart. One cannot exist without the other. You do not have true love if you don't have truth. And you don't have actual truth if there is no love.
Yep. And that's our take on how to be a good friend.
Yeah. There's a lot more we could have gone over.
There's a lot more.
Like, we literally just took 3 applications. Like, we gave the basic idea and then gave 3 applications. There's, like, tons more we could put down. And maybe we will. Maybe there'll be a part 2 sometime.
Yeah. And for our watchers and or listeners, we'd like to hear from you. Go into the comments and give applications that you've learned on how to be a good friend.
Yeah. Yeah, what's some ideas you guys have? Some tips, some things that are very important, or things that you really struggled with. Yeah. But I mean, that's about it.
Yeah, thank you guys for watching, for making it this far in the video.
A bit of a longer episode.
There is
very fun.
A possibility within the next couple episodes we'll have another guest.
Yes. We're going to have another guest fairly soon.
Yeah.
Lord willing.
If everything works out, it'll either be next week or the week after. If things don't work out in that specifically, then that guest may or may not be on in this season. But anyway.
we'll see.
Yeah.
Either way, we'll have some guests on.
Yeah. We'll have more guests. But
absolutely.
Thank you guys for watching, and
we'll
see you next week.
Be good friends.
Yeah, be good friends.
All right, bye.
Bye.